Live here on all of these platforms as it tells me. Let me double check my work, right? What they used to say back in college, let me go back and double check. I miss college. College was a really great time. Let me make sure we're live here because I got some really important stuff for you today. I got some really important stuff for you today. Let me double check here. I need to make sure people are getting this. All right, we're live. So let's get this thing going. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to thank you so much for being in here, being in this present moment with me. And I want to thank you because now I am in the presence of greatness because you are here watching this and you're interacting with me. So thank you. So I want to spend some time talking about something that doesn't get talked about ever, but I actually just brought it up in my coaching call with my clients about, I don't know, an hour and a half ago, and I said, you know what, the people on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, they got to know about this. So I want to share something with you that as you're developing your presentation, as you're crafting your message, this is an absolute key that is a foundational element of your presentation and of your message. And ultimately what it is what is your persuasive theme? Now, here's the thing I need you to understand. You are always selling something to someone whenever you're delivering a message. Because here's the thing. A message that is worth telling drives people to take some type of action. So ultimately, as I share all of the time, your presentation does not start at the beginning. It starts at the end. So answer this question for me whenever you're whenever you're crafting your presentation. This is the first question to ask. It is, what is the desired outcome of this presentation? In other words, what do I want the audience to do as a result of listening to me? Do I want them to buy my course? Do I want them to go and set new habits? Do I want them to go create goals? Do I want them to go manifest their soulmate? Do I want them to go to the bookstore? Do I want them to go to the desert and find some llamas? What do you want them to do? Because what is the point of crafting a presentation if it doesn't get somebody to take some type of action that can change their life? That's why I speak, to change a life. So chances are if you're watching this, listening to this, you have the same desire. But ultimately, there's certain tools that we have to use in order to get someone closer and eventually take action on that desired outcome. And here's the thing. You might be saying, Devin, well, why would I want somebody, or why would you talk about talking about how to get someone to take action on this desired outcome of yours? Why? Because it is for the betterment of that person. If I don't do every single thing in my power to sell this thing to this person or these people, then I'm just continuing to allow them to suffer in their misery. How selfish of that is me. I cannot continue to allow that to happen. So how we do that? Well, let's talk about this persuasive theme. I want you to think about your message, and I want you to think about it as a house. Now, of course, as a house, we oftentimes hear the metaphor, the analogy, right? A house or a message or a foundation, whatever. Every message that you share has a foundation, just as every house has a foundation that it is built upon. So your message, the foundation, is comprised of a couple of different things. First and foremost, it's ultimately the desired outcome that you have for your presentation. So the first foundational element is, well, what do I want people to do as a result of listening to me speak? Most people don't think about that until after they've developed the entire presentation. You and I, since we're professionals, we start at the beginning with that. But number two, to take it a level and a layer deeper, is what is the persuasive theme behind my message? So those are the two fundamental foundational elements of your message. Number one, what is the desired outcome? Number two, what is the persuasive theme? Let me give you an example of what I mean. So a desired outcome that it could be, I want people to join my coaching program. Let's make that as an example. A persuasive theme could be something like this. Let me give you a live demonstration and an example of this. My life changed when I started to get coached by Les Brown. How many of you know who Les Brown is? Oh, great. Everybody knows who Les Brown is, right? Okay, great. But how that came to be is a story in and of itself. You see, the thing was, I was on Clubhouse and I heard my childhood hero, Les Brown, speaking. And he was talking about this new coaching program that he was offering, and I was getting so excited, so excited. I'm going to join the program. I'm going to join the program. And then he got to the price. And he said, it's only $297 per month. I couldn't afford that. But here's the thing. How many of you know that you're just one decision away right now from changing your life forever? Can I see a show of hands? And I knew in that moment that I was one decision away from changing my life forever. So I made that decision. That it was time. That it was time for me to step outside of my comfort zone and to make a decision that would catapult me from where I was to where I wanted to be. And you might be in a similar position right now. So that's an example of a persuasive theme. What's the theme? The theme is the importance of a decision. So now as I craft my presentation, I strategically place throughout the presentation the importance of a decision. Why? Because I'm going to ask the audience to make a decision at the end of my presentation or whenever you decide to ask them to make that decision. So everything we do see, guys, listen, you can be like everybody else, and that's okay. I have no problem. We're talking about being professionals, being persuasion professionals. I got to go buy that domain. I hope you don't buy it before me. Anyways, I'm too much. Every word that comes out of our mouth should serve this purpose. A couple of different purposes, but I'm going to focus on this one. Every word that comes out of our mouth when we're delivering a presentation in which we have some type of desired outcome, meaning we want somebody to do something specific as a result of listening to us, we have to do this. We have to be so strategic, like a brain surgeon, so that every word that comes out of our mouth serves this purpose. That every word that comes out of our mouth gets the audience to be more receptive to whatever it is that we are going to ask them to take action on in the future. But how do we do that? We do that by systematically developing a persuasive theme that relates back to the future action that we want them to take. So if I'm going to ask them to make a decision, well, guess what I'm going to focus on throughout my presentation? The importance of making a decision, but also engaging with the audience and getting them to tell themselves how important a decision is. For example, who here thinks that you're just one decision away from changing your life forever? Can I see a show of hands? Great. If you want to take it one step further, you could do this. How many of you know that you're one decision away from changing your life forever? Let me see a show of hands. Okay, great. Now, what I'm really looking for are the people who are sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm looking for the people who have made the decision right here, right now, that you're not going to continue living life this way. That you don't want to, as Earl Nightingale once said, sit on the sidelines of life and just tiptoe your way to death. That you want to make a difference. Do I have any of those people in here right now? Stand up if you're one of those people. Or if you're on Zoom, I want you to unmic if you're one of those people. If you're one of those people that are ready to make that decision to change your life forever, here's what I want you to do. Key phrase. We speak in key phrases, guys. That is a key phrase. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to stand up and I want you to say these words. I decide that today's the day. Okay. Now I could have made it whatever, but I'm tying it all back into my persuasive theme. Okay. So what is the persuasive theme that you can develop? And there could be multiple persuasive themes, but I want you to focus on one for now. It could be the importance of a decision. It could be the importance of acting in spite of fear. It could be the importance of investing even if you don't have the money. And I was terrified I didn't have the money, but I did it anyways. Boom. And I could tell more stories throughout my presentation. This is what we call our subconscious storytelling system, We tell more stories throughout the presentation that get people to be more receptive to what I'm going to ask them to do at the end. This is high-level stuff. Sorry if you don't get it, but I hope you do. I hope you do. But hey, wanted to come on really quickly and just provide you with this quick video. I hope that this was helpful. If it was, just comment down below this video and let me know that it was, because it was something that I shared with my clients earlier on, and they really appreciated it. And it honestly wasn't something that I put much effort into teaching consciously. Like, it was subconscious, but tonight I taught it consciously on my coaching call. So I said, you know what, let me come on Facebook and tell people about the importance of having a persuasive theme. So hope that this was helpful, guys. I'll see you on the next video